Hey everyone, welcome back to the deep dive. We're diving into something I think a lot of us can relate to today.
Yeah, whether you're grabbing a quick run on the treadmill, trying to squeeze it in with a busy day, or you're lucky enough to be out there enjoying the open road.
We all want those runs to feel good, right? To feel efficient
Absolutely.
and to, well, not leave us hobbling around the next day.
Definitely not.
So today we're focusing on running mistakes, 10 of them to be exact.
Common ones that a lot of runners make, sometimes without even realizing it.
And the thing is, these mistakes, they can really sap your energy, make your runs feel harder than they need to be. Oh,
Yeah, and they can definitely up your chances of getting injured.
which is exactly what we want to avoid.
Right.
So we're not just going to point out the mistakes, though.
No way.
We're going to bring in the science.
The research on how our bodies actually move when we run.
What good running form really looks like.
And most importantly, we're going to give you actionable fixes.
Things you can actually do to run better and stay injury-free.
Think of this as your guide to fine-tuning your stride.
Based on, well, what the research actually says.
So are you ready to unlock some running secrets?
I am. Let's start with a mistake that I think a lot of runners, especially new runners, tend to make. Heel striking. What exactly is happening when we do this?
So heel striking, also called a rear foot strike, is when your heel is the first part of your foot to hit the ground.
Like bam, right on the heel.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you land heel first, there's a higher impact, a bigger initial shock that your body has to absorb.
I'm wincing just thinking about it.
It's not the most gentle way to land, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And there's research like this study by Napier and colleagues from 2015 that found this connection.
Between landing on your heel and a higher impact.
Exactly. And not just the peak impact, but also the rate at which that force increases.
Oh, interesting. So it's not just how hard it hits, but how quickly that force builds up.
That's right. And studies have shown that with heel striking, that rate can be 35 to 45% higher than if you were to land on your midfoot or forefoot.
Wow, that's a pretty big difference.
It is. Futrell and his team have done a lot of research on this, and they really highlight this point.
No wonder my knees used to ache after runs when I was landing on my heels.
It's a lot for your body to handle repeatedly, all those shock waves traveling up your legs.
Yeah, not the best feeling. So what's the fix? How do we stop doing this?
Well, one approach is to try to transition to a midfoot or forefoot strike.
Like landing more on the ball of my foot.
Yes, and there's some evidence suggesting this can be especially helpful if you're dealing with knee issues.
Okay, that makes sense. Less impact on the knee joint.
Right, but here's the thing. You don't want to just suddenly switch your landing.
Right. My calves would probably scream in protest.
Probably. It's crucial to build up the strength in your calves, feet, and ankles before you make a big change to your technique.
So strengthening exercises first.
Yes, Futrell and his colleagues, in their 2020 research, emphasize the importance of what they call a pre-gait retraining strengthening program.
Pre-gait retraining, what a mouthful.
Basically, get those muscles ready for the new demands. Heel raises, toe yoga, single leg balance exercises, all those can help.
Got it. Strengthening first, then gradual change to how my foot lands.
Exactly. Gradual is key here. You want to give your ankle and Achilles tendon time to adapt, especially if you have a history of stress fractures.
Yeah, that makes sense. Don't want to rush into it and end up with another injury. What about his shoes? Does the type of shoe I'm wearing matter?
It does. Some research suggests that when you're transitioning to a forefoot strike, using minimally cushioned footwear can be helpful.
Like those barefoot style shoes.
They can be an option, but it really depends on your individual needs and, importantly, how your foot is now hitting the ground.
Right, so it's not just about going for the least amount of cushioning.
Exactly. The shoes need to support your new foot strike pattern. And of course, increasing your cadence can make a big difference too.
Cadence, that's how many steps per minute we're taking, right?
That's right, aim for around 170 to 180.
Okay, got it. Higher cadence, potentially different shoes, and strong calves and ankles to support the change.
Exactly. And the research shows that these changes can have a real impact. Like Futrell's study found significant reductions in the forces your body absorbs with a forefoot strike.
That sounds promising.
Almost 50% lower average vertical load rate.
Wow.
The benefits stuck around even 6 months after the training.
So it's not just a quick fix, it's a sustainable change.
Exactly. And there's even research suggesting that this reduced impact on the knee might lower your risk of knee pain.
Ooh, we don't want that.
It can make a huge difference in your running experience. Less pain, more enjoyment.
I'm sold. All right, let's move on to another common mistake, overstriding. What is this exactly?
Think of it as reaching out too far with your foot as you run, landing with your foot way out in front of your body.
Like trying to take giant steps.
Kind of. And Napier's team, back in 2015, found that the distance between your hip and your heel when your foot touches down can be a good indicator of overstriding.
Interesting. So it's not just about feeling like I'm taking big steps. There's an actual measurement involved.
Right. And that reaching out motion, it actually creates a braking effect.
A braking effect. That doesn't sound very efficient.
It's not. It slows you down and increases the impact.
Oh, I see. So I'm working harder and putting more stress on my body, and I'm not even going faster.
Not ideal. Biomechanically, overstriding increases those deceleration forces and the impact loading.
And this has been linked to a higher risk of injuries, right?
Yes, especially tibial stress fractures.
Ouch. Okay, so how do we fix this? Shorter strides.
It's not just about the length of your stride, but also where your foot lands relative to your body.
Okay, so placement matters too.
A lot. Ideally, you want to land with your foot more underneath your hips, not out in front.
I can see how that would reduce that braking effect.
Exactly. And remember cadence.
Our 170, 180 steps per minute.
That plays a big role here too. Increasing your cadence naturally shortens your stride.
Makes sense. Quicker steps, landing under my hips. What else?
Pay attention to your knee angle when your foot lands. A more bent knee can indicate you're less likely to be overstriding.
Oh, interesting. I never thought about that. So it's all connected: cadence, foot placement, knee angle.
And the benefits are worth it. Like research by Way and colleagues found that increasing your cadence while maintaining speed actually reduces stress on your knee joint.
That's great news for my knees.
And they also found that a 10% increase in cadence can lead to a better knee and hip angle at landing.
More efficient movement all around.
Exactly. Less braking, less impact, happier joints.
Let's move on to mistake number 3. Poor posture. When we talk about posture, what are we really looking at?
It's not just about standing up straight, though that's part of it. It's about how your whole body is aligned while you're running.
So head, shoulders, back, everything.
Everything. Like, are you slouching? Are you leaning too far forward from your waist?
Or maybe even leaning back too much.
That too. And here's an interesting finding from a 2018 study by Brahma and colleagues.
I'm all ears.
They found that injured runners tended to have a greater forward lean in their upper body during the mid-stance phase.
Mid-stance, that's when our weight is fully over our supporting leg, right?
Exactly. So how your upper body is positioned during that moment can really impact your mechanics.
Makes sense. Now, how does this tie into injuries? Does bad posture really increase our risk?
It definitely can. Like if your hips aren't flexible or strong enough, your lower back might overcompensate, leading to back pain.
Yeah, I felt that.
And that forward lean we talked about.
Mm.
Research has linked that to knee pain, specifically patellofemoral pain.
So it's all connected? My posture can literally affect my knees?
Pretty much everything is linked in the kinetic chain. So what can we do about it? How do we improve our running posture?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is standing up straight. But I'm guessing it's more nuanced than that.
It is. It's about finding that sweet spot between upright and a slight lean forward. But the lean should come from your ankles, not from bending at the waist.
Aha, so it's a lean from the ankles. Got it.
Engage your core, too. Those core muscles help stabilize your spine and maintain that good posture.
Core engaged. Check. Anything else?
Don't forget about your head. Keep your gaze forward. Looking down too much can strain your neck and mess with your alignment.
Okay, so I'm picturing myself running tall with a slight lean from the ankles, core engaged, and eyes looking ahead, like a graceful gazelle.
Exactly. And the best part, good posture helps you breathe better. Deeper breaths, more oxygen to your muscles.
Less strain on my muscles, right? Because they're not working overtime to compensate for poor alignment.
That's right. Efficient movement is the name of the game. All right, ready to tackle mistake number 4.
Bring it on.
This one is about arm swing. And it's amazing how much of a difference your arms can make when you run.
I've definitely seen some interesting arm movements out there. What are we looking for when we're talking about incorrect arm swing?
A few things. Like, are your arms crossing over the midline of your body?
Like I'm trying to hug myself while running.
Kind of. Or are your fists clenched really tight?
Or maybe my elbows are locked straight like I'm a robot.
That too. Or the opposite. barely any arm movement at all. The T-Rex arms?
I've definitely seen those. So what's the big deal with arm swing? They're just arms, right?
Well, they're more important than you might think. Research, like a study from the University of Michigan, suggests that proper arm swing can actually reduce your energy expenditure by 3 to 5%.
Seriously? Just from my arms.
Yeah, it's all about counterbalancing the rotation that happens in your lower body as you run.
Oh, I see, like a built-in stabilizer system.
Exactly. And a 2017 study in the Journal of Experimental Biology really highlighted this. So how do we optimize our arm swing? What are the key things to focus on?
Give me the tips.
Bend your elbows to about 90 degrees. Relax your hands as if you're holding a potato chip. You don't want death grip.
Potato chip hands, got it.
Swing your arms forward and back, keeping them relatively straight, not crossing over your body.
Forward and back, check.
And let your arms move in opposition to your legs. So right arm forward as left leg steps forward and vice versa.
Oppositional movement, got it. This is making me want to go for a run right now and try it out.
It can make a big difference. Better balance, smoother rhythm, less energy wasted.
Okay, I'm officially adding optimize my arm swing to my running to-do list. What's next on our list of mistakes?
This one is about cadence again, but this time it's about inconsistency.
Inconsistent cadence. So not just how many steps we take per minute, but how consistent that number is.
Exactly. Are you speeding up and slowing down your steps without even realizing it?
Guilty as charged, especially when I get tired.
It's a common thing.
Yeah.
But research suggests that fluctuating your cadence during steady-state running can lead to less efficient movement and more stress on your joints.
So it's better to find a steady rhythm and stick with it.
Ideally, yes. And there's research, like Napier's work from 2015, that shows that less experienced runners tend to have a greater step length and more ground contact time.
Which can be a sign of an inconsistent cadence.
Often, yes. So how do we fix it?
It's Metronome app.
Right. That can be a really helpful tool. Set it to your target cadence, that at 170 to 180 steps per minute, and try to keep your steps in sync with the beat.
Like having a personal drummer keeping me on track. What are the benefits of having a more consistent cadence?
Research, like the work of Wei and colleagues, shows that it can actually reduce stress on your knee joint. Plus, it can improve your running economy.
By reducing that wasted up and down motion.
Exactly. You're using your energy more efficiently to move forward. All right, ready for mistake number 6. This one is all about breathing.
Breathing, something we do all the time, but I'm guessing we can still mess it up when we're running.
Definitely. Improper breathing can really hold you back.
So what are the signs of improper breathing? What should we be looking out for?
Shallow breath, mainly using your chest muscles. Do you notice your shoulders rising and falling a lot when you breathe?
I do, actually, especially when I'm pushing hard.
That's a sign you might be just breathing. And some runners even hold their breath without realizing it.
Wow, that can't be good. So why is this a problem? Besides feeling out of breath, I mean.
Well, first, your muscles aren't getting the oxygen they need.
Which is kind of important for running.
Kind of crucial. And it can also contribute to those dreaded side stitches.
Oh yeah, those are the worst.
And here's an interesting tidbit. Research has shown that syncing your breathing rhythm with your steps can actually improve your oxygen uptake and reduce side stitches.
Seriously, there's a rhythm for breathing too.
It's a thing. This was highlighted in a 2018 study in the journal of Strength and Conditioning Research. So, how do we breathe better?
I'm all ears.
First, practice diaphragmatic breathing, also known as belly breathing.
Belly breathing, got it.
When you inhale, focus on letting your belly expand, not just your chest.
So it's more about using my diaphragm.
Exactly. And try out different breathing patterns. For easier runs, a 2.2 pattern inhale for 2 steps, exhale for 2.
Okay, 2.2, easy enough.
For harder efforts, you can experiment with 3.2 inhale for 3, exhale for 2.
3.2 harder efforts, got it.
And this 3.2 pattern might even help distribute impact stress more evenly because you're alternating which foot lands during the exhale.
Wow, breathing is way more complex than I thought. So what's the bottom line? What can I expect if I improve my breathing?
Better running economy, less discomfort, more enjoyment. You might even be able to run faster or farther.
It's amazing how something as simple as breathing can make such a difference. Okay, what's next on our hit list of running mistakes?
This one might surprise you. Ignoring the glutes.
My glutes? I thought those were just for looking good and running tight.
They definitely help with that, but they're also essential for running well and avoiding injury.
Seriously? Tell me more.
So ignoring your glutes means not actively engaging those powerful muscles in your backside.
So not just having them, but using them.
That's right. And research has shown that runners with poor glute activation tend to have more knee and IT band injury.
Oh, wow, I see. So strong glutes are important for keeping those areas healthy.
Absolutely. And they also help with power output, especially when you're running uphill or at faster speeds.
Makes sense. If my glutes aren't firing, other muscles have to work harder to compensate.
Exactly. And there's evidence suggesting that glute activation problems are linked to other issues like patellofemoral pain and Achilles tendinopathy.
So glutes are pretty important all around. How do we get them more involved in our running?
Activation exercises before your run can make a big difference.
Like what?
Glute bridges, clamshells, monster walks. Those are all good ones.
Okay, I'll add those to my warm-up routine.
And while you're running, focus on really extending your hip with each stride. Feel those glutes working.
Got it. Engage those glutes and strength training, right?
Absolutely. Exercises like single leg deadlifts, step ups, and lunges can really build up those glute muscles.
So warm them up, use them during the run, and strengthen them consistently.
And the rewards are worth it. Like a study in the Journal of Sports Science and Medicine found that runners who did glute activation exercises improved their running economy by 4 to 6%.
Not bad at all.
And they had fewer lower back and knee issues.
Okay, I'm officially on board the glute train. What's next on our list of running no-nos?
This one is all about footwear.
Shoes. A runner's best friend or worst enemy if we choose the wrong ones.
It can definitely go either way. Wearing inappropriate footwear is a common mistake.
So what makes a shoe inappropriate? It's not just about wearing shoes that aren't designed for running, right?
It's more than that. It's also about running in shoes that are worn out, have lost their cushioning.
So saying goodbye to those old faithfuls when it's time.
It's tough, but it's important. And it's about choosing shoes that actually match your feet, your gait, your running style.
So no one-size-fits-all approach.
Definitely not. And research, like a study from the University of Calgary, has shown that wearing the wrong shoes can increase impact forces and lead to more injuries.
Yikes. So how do shoes play into all of this from a biomechanics standpoint?
They're the interface between you and the ground. They affect how your foot lands, how much shock your body absorbs, and it's not as simple as just getting the most cushioned shoe.
I was just about to say more cushioning is always better, right?
Not necessarily. There's research suggesting that increasing surface compliance, which can be influenced by your shoe's cushioning, can actually make you less efficient by decreasing leg stiffness.
Oh, interesting. So there's a balance to be struck.
Exactly. And some studies have shown that running in minimalist footwear can actually increase leg stiffness and potentially improve running economy for some runners.
So it really depends on the individual. How do we know what kind of shoe is right for us?
Get fitted at a specialty running store. They can analyze your gait and recommend shoes that match your foot type, whether you overpronate, supinate, or have a neutral gait.
Okay, so get expert advice. Don't just buy the coolest looking pair. What else?
Replace your shoes regularly, every 300 to 500 miles, generally.
Makes sense. Shoes don't last forever. And pay attention to the level of cushioning and support based on your body and where you run.
Exactly. And if you're making changes to your foot strike, like we talked about earlier, make sure your shoes support those new mechanics.
Right, everything needs to work together. What are the performance benefits of wearing the right shoes?
Reduced impact forces, more comfort, lower risk of injury. It can really make a difference in your running journey.
All right, we're down to our last two mistakes. What's number 9?
This one is all about core strength.
The core. I know it's important, but sometimes I neglect it.
It's easy to do, but a strong core is essential for runners.
Tell me why.
It's all about stability.
Yeah.
Your core muscles act as a central stabilizer for your torso, allowing for better power transfer between your upper and lower body.
So it's like the foundation of good running form.
Exactly. And without that strong core, you might see excessive movement in your torso and pelvis, which can lead to wasted energy and less efficient movement.
So weak core equals sloppy running.
You could say that. And it can increase your risk of injury, too.
Oh, so?
Well, weak core often contributes to poor posture, which we already discussed.
Yeah.
And poor posture can lead to all sorts of problems, from back pain to knee pain.
Right, it's all connected. So how do we strengthen our core for running? Planks, crunches, all that jazz.
Planks are great. And bridges, Russian twists. The key is to engage multiple core muscles simultaneously.
And consistency is key, right? Better to do a little bit regularly than go all out once a month.
Absolutely. Even short, consistent core routines can make a noticeable difference.
Okay, I can commit to that. So, what can I expect if I put in the effort to build a stronger core?
Better stability, more efficient power transfer, overall smoother running. You'll likely feel stronger and be able to maintain good form for longer.
Sounds good to me. All right, we've reached the final mistake on our list. What is it?
This one is all about warm-ups and cool-downs.
Oh, yeah, those. I'll admit sometimes I skip them when I'm short on time.
It's tempting, but they're actually really important. And research, like a study from the University of Florida, has shown that a proper dynamic warm-up can improve performance and reduce injury risk.
So it's not just about mentally preparing myself, there's a physical reason for it.
Definitely. Biomechanically, warm-ups gradually increase muscle temperature and flexibility, getting your body ready for the demands of running.
Like waking up the muscles and joints.
Exactly. And cool-downs help with recovery.
So it's about preparing the body before and helping it recover after.
Yeah, it's the idea. Now, what constitutes an improper warm-up or cool-down?
I'm guessing just doing static stretches before a run isn't enough?
It's not ideal. You want to include dynamic movements that mimic the actions of running.
Okay, so dynamic stretches before. What about cool downs?
Cool-downs should include some light cardio to bring your heart rate down gradually, followed by static stretches.
So gentle jogging or walking, then hold those stretches.
That's it. And there's research supporting this approach. Like a 2019 meta-analysis found that combining light cardio, dynamic stretches, and a running-specific drill is the most effective way to warm up.
Okay, got it. Dynamic before, static after. And what about the link to injuries?
Well, starting a run with cold, tight muscles makes them more prone to strains and tears.
Ouch. Yeah, that makes sense. So warm-ups are basically injury prevention.
You could say that. And cool-downs help reduce muscle soreness and speed up recovery.
So they're essential bookends to any running workout.
Exactly. All right, we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have 10 common running mistakes and how to fix them, from heel striking to overstriding, poor posture to improper breathing, and everything in between.
It's a lot to take in, but remember, awareness is the first step.
Right, just knowing about these mistakes can make a big difference.
And then prioritize. Focus on cadence, posture, building strength alongside technique changes.
Patience is key too, right? Don't try to change everything overnight.
Exactly. Gradual changes are more sustainable. And listen to your body. If something hurts, don't push through it.
Right, pain is a signal that something's not right. And ultimately, all these tips and techniques, they're about more than just running faster.
They're about making running enjoyable.
About feeling good while you do it and after you do it.
About moving efficiently and reducing your risk of injury.
So next time you head out for a run, think about one or two of these things we've talked about.
Try making a small adjustment. See how it feels.
Become a more mindful runner.
And remember, your running form is unique to you.
So find what works best for you and enjoy the journey.
That's great advice.
Thanks for taking this deep dive with us today. Happy running, everyone.